Alright everyone, Emmerdale's got a storm brewing next week, and it's not just the Yorkshire weather I'm talking about. We're getting 2 special episodes that are about to stir up heartbreak, memories, and maybe even a few ghosts from the past. Beowulf's disappearance finally starts to make sense. Robert Sugden's name comes up again, yes, that Robert. And Charity finds herself blindsided by Ross in a way no one saw coming. Add Mandy's fiery determination into the mix, and the Dales are set for a seriously emotional week. Let's get straight into it, because these spoilers are packed. Here's what's happening in Emmerdale from Monday the 10th to the 14th of November. Beowulf's whereabouts are revealed. Monday kicks off with something really special, a standalone episode all about Bear. Fans have been wondering for months where he disappeared to, and next week we finally see what life's been like for him since he walked out of the village. It's raw, emotional, and at times hard to watch. Bear's been struggling, and it's clear things haven't gone his way since leaving Paddy behind. He's hit rock bottom, caught up in something way beyond his control. You'll feel every ounce of that pain, the pride, the regret, the loneliness. What's interesting is how this episode doesn't just show Bear's fall, it hints at whether there's still hope for him to come back. Could this be the start of a redemption story, or is he gone for good this time? Fans might remember how much Bear meant to Paddy when they finally built that father-son bond. Seeing it fall apart now, even from a distance, is just heartbreaking. Here's what matters. This isn't just about Bear's absence, it's about family, loyalty, and what happens when a man's too proud to ask for help. Number 2. Robert Sugden opens up about his prison past. Midweek brings another standalone episode, and this one's going to hit long-time viewers right in the chest. Robert Sugden is back in the spotlight, revisiting the darkest chapter of his life, his time in prison after being sentenced in 2019 for the death of Lee Posner. Now, fans have been divided about Robert for years. Some still believe he's paid enough for what happened, others think he's got more reckoning to do. But this episode isn't about guilt or innocence, it's about reflection. Robert talks about how prison changed him, not in the usual soap sense, but in a raw, human way. You'll see the cracks behind the confident mask, the regrets about what he lost, especially Aaron. It's emotional, even for those who've moved on from the Sugden Sharma days. And yes, before you ask, no, it doesn't look like Robert's heading back to the village anytime soon, but hearing his voice again will definitely send old fans into a spin. I can't believe they're revisiting this storyline after all this time. It's risky, but it might just remind viewers why Robert was such a complicated, brilliant character. If you're still watching and enjoying, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps more Emmerdale fans find us, and you won't miss any of next week's updates. Now, back to the drama in the Dales. 3. Charity is alarmed by Ross's confession. Things were finally starting to quiet down for Charity, but trust Emmerdale to throw a spanner in the works. Just as she starts feeling like life's back on track, Ross crops up again and gets himself tangled right in the middle of her world. You can almost hear viewers shouting at the telly, "Don't trust him, Charity," because let's face it, when Ross Barton's involved, peace never lasts for long. At first, it all seems harmless enough. Ross being friendly, chatting away, acting like he's just trying to make amends. But then there's Mack, who should really know better. When he's had a few too many, his tongue gets a bit loose, and out comes that line that he and Ross tell each other everything. You can practically see the colour drain from her face. That's not the sort of thing she wants to hear from her man, especially with someone like Ross lurking around. Charity's no fool though. She's been through the ringer too many times to let something like that slide. The second she hears those words, you can almost see her brain ticking over, wondering what's really going on between them and what Ross's game is this time. He's not exactly got the cleanest record when it comes to keeping secrets or causing chaos. And knowing Charity, she won't sit quietly while someone messes about with her family. Fans will remember how messy Ross can get when emotions start running high. He's the type who doesn't just stir the pot, he throws it across the room. Add Mack's unpredictable nature into the mix, and you've got a proper recipe for disaster. This isn't just a bit of banter down the wall pack. This could easily spiral into something that rocks the whole family. You've got to hand it to Charity, though. She's been through the ringer lately and somehow managed to keep her family from completely falling apart. But this hits too close to home. She's protective to the core, especially when it comes to the people she loves. And you can bet she'll come out swinging if she feels betrayed. No one does confrontation quite like her. This could really kick off some serious drama, not just between her and Mack, but across the whole Dingle clan. Ross isn't just testing Charity's patience, he's poking at old wounds that never really healed. And if there's one thing fans know, it's that when a Dingle feud starts, it doesn't blow over quietly. This one's got fireworks written all over it.
4. Paddy and Mandy refuse to give up on Bear. By the end of the week, the emotion ramps up again as Paddy makes a formal statement to the police about Bear's disappearance. He's genuinely worried now, and you can feel the guilt eating away at him. Swirling listens, but says there's no immediate danger, which doesn't sit right with Paddy. He knows his dad better than anyone, and deep down, he can sense something's wrong. That's where Mandy steps in. And if you know Mandy, you know what that means. She's not waiting around for anyone to fix things. She's fiery, loyal, and absolutely determined to find Bear herself. Meanwhile, there's this heartbreaking little moment with Matty taking Isaac and Eve for a walk. They start a game, a bear hunt of all things. And just when it feels like a bit of innocent fun, Eve looks out across the field and swears she sees her granddad. The way that scene plays out is so touching. You'll see Paddy torn between hope and heartbreak, wondering if his little girl's imagination might actually be telling the truth. Mandy tries to keep his spirits up, but it's that one question that hangs in the air. Could Eve really have seen Bear? Bottom line, this storyline has that old school Emmerdale heart to it. It's about family, loss, and the tiny flicker of hope that refuses to die out. So, next week's Emmerdale isn't just another batch of episodes. It's emotional, personal, and full of the kind of moments that remind us why we've stuck with this show all these years. From Bear's tragic fall, to Robert's emotional reflection, to Charity's unease, to Mandy's unstoppable determination, every storyline hits differently. It's one of those weeks where you'll want a cuppa ready and maybe a tissue or two nearby. If you're as excited as I am, let me know down in the comments, what do you think Eve really saw? And do you believe Bear will come back home? Make sure to like the video, drop a comment and subscribe with all notifications on so you never miss a Dale's update. See you in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching and keeping the Emmerdale spirit alive.